Hi, my name's Seth and welcome to Measurement Tool Training. Now we're going to go over micrometers. Micrometers are a little different. They're similar to this vernier scale that we used before, but the first thing that you need to know about mics is that they have scales or ranges. So this is a 0 to 1 mic, 0 to 1 inch. This is a 1 to 2 inch mic, and they go up pretty high. But for now we're just going to go over these two. The first thing that you want to do, just like with the calipers, you want to make sure that your mic is calibrated. With a 0 to 1 it's pretty easy because you can just go to the end and you can see that my little dash here lines up with this little dash. That's at 0, so we know that this one is good. With a 1 to 2 inch, it's a little bit harder. Right here I have a standard. These are precision ground, so I know that this distance right here is 1 inch. So I can use that to tell if my mic is accurate or not. And we can tell that it is. So both of these are calibrated. We know that they're 0, 0. So similar to the vernier scale and the calipers, you've got these big numbers. Now, we don't measure from inch to inch on mics, that's why there's the ranges. So these are thousandths places. So this 1 is 0, or tenth place is what I meant. That's 0.2, so it'd be 0.3, 0.4, and so on. Now you have little dashes in between these big numbers, and they each go up incrementally by 25 thou. So the first one is 25, the second one here is 50, the third one is 75, and the fourth one is your full number. Now when you are wanting to measure something, for example, you're going to line up with this line, your thimble. This is your thimble right here. This is our thimble. And our dash mark is going to line up right here. And that's how we'll know what number we are. So we know that we're at the 0.1. So we're at 0.1. And then that's 25, 50. So we know we're at least at 50. And then we're going to add, much like in the vernier scale, we're going to add this to this. So we're over 10. We're at 11, 12, 13. So we're going to add 0.013 because this goes to 25 thou. And I can show you that. It's 24 right here. That's 25. And then it resets. So this is 163. This measurement right here. And if we were to take a measurement with this, now you want to make sure that you turn this thimble. This thimble has a ratchet in it, and it will make sure that you aren't clamping down and hurting the material, which could give you, especially on like soft material like aluminum or copper, it'll give you an improper measurement. So I go until I hear a ratchet, and you can pull up on it. Much like our calipers, this measures a little bit over. So our dash mark is a little bit in between the 1 and the 2. So we know that this is a 1 to 2 inch mic. We're actually over the 3, and you can tell that because we're over 25 here. So 1.3, and then we're going to add 1, and now I'm going to show you this other scale. We have much tinier numbers. This will show the 10,000ths place if you ever need anything that accurate. And much like the vernier, our dash marks will line up with one of these lines. In this case, it looks like this 7 here lines up with this 2. So at the end, we add a 2. I have here a depth mic. This is much like a micrometer, but instead of measuring 2 profile points on the outside together, this is measuring this distance from this distance. So a depth. Now, unlike the mic, you're going to measure right to left. So if you notice with this one, incrementally, this was 25 thou, this was 50 thou, and this was 75 thou. Well, on this one, we're backwards. Our 1 isn't over here, our 9 is over here. So in this case, this will be 25, this will be 50, and this will be 75. Because 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, it's going that way. When you measure with a depth mic, you're going to make sure that you are firmly pressing against the surface that you're using to measure against. And you're going to need to be really careful that you don't ratchet too hard, because it'll mess up your measurement. So now I've twisted it, and we can see that this depth is just under the 50. It's over the 2. So, and this is a 0 to 1 inch depth mic, by the way. So we're at 0.2. And we're over the 25, so I'll just say 25, and then we'll add this number to that. So our real number is 235. The third mic we have here is called an inside bore mic. Much like the depth mic, it measures something different from our normal micrometers. You use this to measure an inside bore. So I've got a piece of stock here. I'm going to put it in here where our bore is. We're going to turn the thimble, and this right here is the ratchet mechanism. This little black part. Alright, ratcheted. So much like this mic, it goes right to left. So I see that we're over the 7. So we've got a 1 3/8 to 2. So we're at 1.7. And we are over that 25 mark. So we're gonna add that. We're going to add this. This is the line that we're supposed to line up with right here. So we're at 5. We're just over 5. These little marks are, I believe, this much. They're pretty negligible, but we'll add them in. So we're on this first mark. So this is 0.00525. So full number. getting is this, and that is our diameter of this bore.